Welcome everyone. New month, September. We're at $46 for today. Remember, do your own research. I share my experiences for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. So the market is on edge. We're waiting manufacturing, ADP employment, jobless claims, and on Friday, key employment statistics. So we don't know what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait on the reports. So we're looking at the SPY, and the critical area there is in the red circle on that rectangular area there. And the critical areas are marked out of support are 635, 625, 612, and 600. Hopefully we won't see that. We see it holding right now at 638, and it's 11 a.m. So hopefully it will hold through the day. Changing it up to NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I think, has a little bit more of a problem. I think that the support areas are 150, 146, and 138 for long-term holders. I fully expect NVIDIA March, April next year to hit 220. So we just got to watch it and see. You got to ride the waves. There's nothing else we can do. So let's get into our trades. We took 9 trades on 3 different stocks. Our losers were very, very small, and we had some nice winners. Could have been more, but can't complain. $46 is near our $50 goal for a day, and we're green in September. So let's take a look at the first trades. So we started off on NUKK, and this is a stock that the last time started a whole bull run. There lasted like 3 or 4 days, and it went up to, I think, $70. So we're watching it, but last week it was hovering around $5, and it quickly sold off. So I wasn't about to trust it. Also, you'll notice that I added a couple of more new indicators that I was looking at over the weekend. The one at the bottom, the Direct MACD, and there's a trend reversal that's running in the main chart there. Right now you can't see it, but you will in a second. So we're watching it, and we jump in, and we're being very cautious, only 10 shares, because we can't trust it, and we're hoping that this is going to turn into the stock of the day. And on retrospect, there should have been a little bit, bigger size there, but we didn't do that. That was right off the start at 6:32 a.m. So we had good volume. It looks like the small caps were doing really well. We had 3 or 4 of them that were kind of moving or trying to edge and move. NUKK, UUU, which wasn't tradable on Thinkorswim. And LAWR was also moving. And here we see that it is holding, so we go ahead and add to increase our size. But we didn't get off, we didn't sell out up at the top, and we sort of waited, and didn't come away with much on that first one. If you like the videos, like and subscribe, leave your questions, comments down below. So at this point, we're thinking that we're going to do well, but for an investment in a stock at $6, 20 shares, about $120, $130. What we came away with wasn't enough. So we could have played this a little better. But nevertheless, we were green, and we didn't lose money on it. That's the most important thing. So here we got stopped out, which is okay. We didn't want to lose more. We came away with $1.01. And that was good. We went back in, another 30 shares. And it looks like it's holding. And at this point, I'm thinking, well, maybe there's something there. And this may go higher, might go to $9. But as we're watching the volume there, it's skimming down. And the other small cap stocks are also competing against it. HWH was one that was moving, and I wasn't paying attention to it. I should have. because it was a stock that started out on the $3, and well, we'll talk about that as we get on. So we're holding on to 30 shares, and we see good potential here, so we hold on to it. And that new indicator down at the bottom really was very helpful today. It doesn't exactly replace the MACD or the super trend MACD, but that's what I'm hoping to do is to replace them. And it's certainly, I like volume bars, but we'll have to wait and see. So here we see a little bit more volume wanting to come in. And the 5-minute looks okay. And here we start going up. And now I'm here, I'm thinking that between the last bar there is kind of struggling, that I'm only going to look for a few bucks, even though I see folks up there trying to sell about 650. And I don't know whether this has it in the tank to get up there. Comes down a little, but the 5-minute still up. And we got good source of volume. And if you notice that new indicator down at the bottom, the 2 yellow lines are moving upwards. They're not curling down. So that's what I'm watching. And here we go. We finally hit 640, 647, which is a new high a day. The 5-minute continues to stay green. And maybe those folks selling at about 650 had the right idea, right? So we continue to hold, and we've got a nice push up. And we sell right up at the top of the new high a day, 659. We continue to watch it. And there's a new trend reversal. You can see the pink reversal at 6.8 and reversal at 6.42. So the purple is maybe reversing upwards or downwards, depending on where you're at. And we're continuing to watch. And I'm thinking that as I look at the MACD all the way at the bottom, the Zurich MACD, it starts to show green and both lines are moving up. And so I drew a line there of what I think is going to happen. So I jumped in just with 30 shares, and I also put a stop limit in there because I don't want to lose money, or at least not too much. The 5-minute doesn't look yet quite good to me. And the reversal, okay, that big reversal line is problematic. But it looks like it's moving up. It just doesn't have huge strength. But we continue to watch it, and we continue to be positive. Now, a couple of things about the new indicators. I'll do another follow-up video on these, but you got to watch. You got to test your indicators. I did that over the weekend. The trend reversal indicator up there, Thinkorswim is highlighting it as a possible problem. Because it is just so complex. So I'm going to look into it and see if I can reduce that. The Zurich MACD down at the bottom, both of these indicators and most all indicators that are available on use Thinkorswim scripts website. Just search for Thinkorswim scripts and you'll get to that website, go to the forum, and then just search within the indicators folder for either the trend reversal or the Zurich MACD. You'll find those amongst a whole bunch of other ones. And they've got videos. Some of them folks also help you and teach you how to load it back up in again. So here we continue to hold on the premise that it might go back up to high a day. And once again, thinking that this may be the stock of the day. It's 727 here. Now, I may have jumped around just to keep the trades together. I had a couple of trades in between, but I just wanted to keep all the NUKK trades together. Yeah, at this point, we really don't see it jumping up and up, but there it goes. And we get out. We get back in with a small 10 shares because we think maybe it'll hit high a day and we'll go back up. But I don't remember whether I lost on this one or not. Oh yeah, this is yeah, this was a nice one to have gone in. I didn't expect this, but one of the problems is sometimes when these bars shoot up too quickly and you don't have a sell stop, that's what happens. So you'll see it in a minute. All right. Rolling 10 shares at 694 with a stop right above 680. Overall, though, we had a nice day. Small caps were okay. The SPY was down, so was Nvidia, and amongst others. But it looks like the volume of buyers, as at least for small packs, was back in, and we had quite a few stocks that had news. And this is where it's gonna jump ahead, and I missed selling here altogether. But oh well. You see me there hovering over buy bid because I think there's going to be more. I just don't pull the trigger. We hit 718, and by the time I cancel and sell, well, the mistake was holding it. As soon as we saw that high a day, a bubble pop up, that would have been the hit sell, just to come out with a few bucks. At this point, I'm not trusting it, so we get out. Then we went into SOGP, and this one was a lot more expensive. We saw it moving up, and we see there the trend reversal of $14.31 moving up, but we missed it. We were busy with the other ones, and we thought there was a chance, but I just wasn't sure if it was a little overextended from 14 to 19. That was $5 move. So we only went in with a couple of shares. We traded stocks higher than $4 or $5 today, and what that does is just reduces your cash, your settled funds, and so you're not able to come away with big winners. Here, what I'm thinking is I'm looking at the MACD down at the bottom, the Zurich, and we've got the two yellow lines moving upwards. The volume's up. The MACD also going higher. The 5-minute bar shows still green, moving up. But we do put a stop in there just for the sake of being safe, because it is an expensive stock. Even in 2 shares on a small stock, you lose $5. That's $10 right off the bat, and that puts a hamper on your day. By the way, down at the bottom right-hand corner, I put the watch list there. So the watch list is the gappers that are moving up, and then in the trades, I'm putting the stocks that I'm watching or that I've traded. That way, you can see the open and P&L for the day. So continuing on SOGP, this is a learning moment for all of us. and I didn't do any trades here. Like you can see there, I'm down about $1.08, and it starts moving up again. So had I held it from 19 to 23, I would have made $2-3 on 2 shares, would have been $6. Hey, but I'm watching it here, and it seems to be having issues, right? It's conflicted over whether it should go up or down. And the 5-minute looks like it's shaping up to be a pullback, a 5-minute pullback, but the volume's still up there. And what I decided to do here is just to watch it. I mean, there was a possibility that it could have moved up in a very thick bull market where we have a lot of buyers moved in, but we weren't so sure. The super trend MACD is curling down, so is the MACD. And here's where your indicators is something that you have to watch. If you look at the Zurich MACD down at the bottom, you see the 2 yellow lines showing upwards, which is a positive. Yet the super trend right above it is curling downwards or straight. And the regular MACD, the blue line there, is hovering and trying to curl down. And then your volume is red. So no matter how good any of your indicators are, do not get married to them. These indicators are only aids to help you make a decision. And as I always profess, use your level 2 and your time in sales to really gauge where things are going to go. Now here, the trend reversal worked. It states, hey, we're pulling back. Don't go into any trades. Even though the Zurich MACD down at the bottom is still showing volume up and both yellow lines up. So they sort of conflicted in each other. And what you have to do is you have to test. I tested over the weekend, and they say that for the trend reversal, which remains, you really can't do any back testing, but they seem to kind of work. There were some areas where it didn't, especially on stocks moving up. But on stocks going down, it was pretty much around 95, 96% correct. So today, I wanted to take it easy and just watch these 2 new indicators and see what would happen. So now here, that indicator down at the bottom starts to close. Those 2 yellow lines starts to close. And that tells me that that reversal is right on. So what I do is I draw a trend line of what I think is going to happen. And I see it pulling back all the way to VWAP. And even though I didn't take any trade, I left it here because it was a great opportunity to share with you folks as to the way you have to be patient, and you can't let one indicator lead you to jump into a trade without really knowing what's going on. And that is the essence of day trading. And that is the reason why you have to do it yourself. You have to be in front of your software, in front of your computer, and you have to be comfortable with all the windows that you're watching. And then you have to test a variety of indicators to see which ones give you the most support. There is no one universal indicator that's going to tell you, hey, buy here and sell here and you're going to be profitable. It just doesn't happen. And that's why my screen is so busy. I'm still working towards trying to get so good that I can start removing those indicators back. But for now, I need those crutches. And perhaps if we were into a more bullish market and we had a lot more volume, that would be different. So now we see the Direct MACD down at the bottom saying it's pretty much reached its stop and it's probably going to come down. And the other indicators confirm it. Super trend is red, pointing down. MACD is underneath the signal line. And your 5-minute has actually, that second red bar there has dropped way below what one would expect. And right now it's 11:21 a.m. and SOGP is at $18.06. So it looks like it didn't climb up any higher. So let's say you had gone in and with some shares and you're holding here, that trend reversal is an indication that you should get out. And it, at least in this instance, it worked for me. It may not work on every stock, so don't hold me to it. Like I said, your mileage may vary. You have to work on it yourself. So at this point, we're up about $28. We have a couple of good winners, and only one loser, and we're only down $1 on that loss there. IPDN, which is a continuation stock from last week, starts to show life, but it's a very short-lived, even though it appears that it may have had news. And HWG is still in the background playing. It's around $3.90, trying to hit the $4 mark. And I think when I drew the daily chart for HWH, I think I was waiting for it to go about 410. That was my green light for HWH to get in. Finally have the third bar on the 5-minute there, and it's still red. And now the volume on the awesome oscillators finally turned red. We see the volume coming back down. And I think the volume on this one wasn't that great. I think it jumped up to 3 million and then it fell back, maybe 5 million, and then it fell back to 3. And you see times on sales slowing down, and level 2 is very slow. And on the active trader window, the numbers are very low. And here the stock starts to break down and starts to follow that trend line that we drew. And does eventually pull back to VWAP. It's at 1862 right now. So it pulled all the way back to 1862. The other thing you shouldn't do is, let's say you were trading this stock and it moved up, and it's sure from 14 to 23 is a nice, great move. If you could have gotten it, and you're thinking that maybe 23 will go to 39 or 40, and you're waiting on it, not in this market, not at this time, not what the indicators are showing. So now we're down to 19, and I think we fall below that, and I stopped it. So HWH, we finally moved up onto it, and we're looking over 4. Yeah, there you see my red line. It was around 380 there, the red line, and my green line was actually right below 425, which I thought was where it had a clear line of sight to move up. So I didn't record the first trade I took. It was for almost $8, $7.95 we made. And we continue to watch it to see if it's going to hit high a day. And we continue to watch our indicators. And I'm watching the Zurich MACD, the two yellow lines with greater volume. We see the MACD moving higher and right above the signal line. And we see we have a trend reversal there telling us that this stock is going to go up. Or at least that the bars signify that it may go up. I should clarify that. There's no such sure thing on the stock market of it's going up or down. And the 5-minute shows a reversal, and it does not show a reversal going up. So those are the doubts in your mind that you have to watch. The Awesome Oscillator also shows 4 straight lines of decline in volume. And we got a long tail wick there up at the top, and we're not sure. So I'm holding on to see if it'll go right here. And I wanted to jump in right there over that bar. And I missed it. Totally missed it. I didn't jump in. But oh well. So we continue to watch. At this point, we're up about $30. There's no sense in making rash judgments and jumping into something. And we still have $1,100 in cash that we can utilize. So we want to use it fairly. And the other thing I was thinking was that perhaps the market might show a little signs of going up and down, and then later in the day, during power hour, that it might pick up. At 11:27 right now Pacific time, it doesn't appear that way. Yeah, it looks like things are settling slow on the slow side. And that's the move that I missed right there. From about 420 to $5. That's 80 cents right there. Even on 30 shares, that's $24. So that would have been a nice take, but you learn. But all is not lost. There's still an opportunity. Over 5, there is a potential. So we continue to watch. And we lose our fear and we jump in. And sure enough, on that other bar, come on, did we get filled? We didn't get filled. So we were late. We lost about, 20 cents on that for not getting filled. And so again, we get out with a nice little win up at the top. Have a great day, everyone. See you on Wednesday morning.